everybody, Jeff from Tone. Hey, this week I've got a special guest on Shi y Album Fridays, my bud, Nick Brown, who's head of marketing over at SVS. If you've been to any of the shows and you've been to the SVS room, you know how much fun those guys are. And Nick really surprised me today when he gave me his guilty pleasure, which was more on the punk side. So here we go, over to the Lone Star Audio Fest and Film Festival. Stop by the SVS room. Tell him you saw him here on Shi y Album Fridays. Thanks. Nick?
All right. Well, Jeff, super excited to be here. I love this idea of a shitty album recommendation, and I have one that has a lot of personal attachment to me, but the name itself actually connotes some of what we're talking about here.
Okay.
It's from a band called The Vandals, a punk band from
Oh,
my
yeah.
punk band, released in 1995, which I was at the height of my teen angst, and it's called Live Fast Diarrhea. And this album, I would mosh with my friends in their living rooms. We'd have so much fun tearing it up. A couple of the tracks that I really loved more than anything were Power Mustache. They do a cover of Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. There's a song called I Have a Date, which, you know, when you're 15, 16 years old, there's nothing that puts you more on cloud nine than, you know, some girl taking interest in you. So all of these sort of things converge together. My teen angst, the sort of way that the Vandals can connect with that age group. And to me, it's just so reminiscent. But I think if most people listen to it on a great system, they'd be like, it's a lot of distortion. There's a lot going on there that maybe isn't as crisp and clean as I would like. But to me, it's always going to hold a place in my heart.
Oh man, you know, those are some of my favorite records, you know? I mean, it's like they'll probably get you kicked out of a hi-fi show. You know, another record, I to that to go to that, I had something else, but to go to that, seeing we're going in the punk direction, do you remember about the same time a band from East Lansing, Michigan called the Meatmen?
The Meat Men. Oh my goodness, I should know them, but I don't think
Okay, the
so.
record, check this out when you have time. The record is called We're the Meatmen and You Suck.
Oh, I love that. Dude,
And
one of my other favorite bands, No Effects, did a live album once, and the title of it was just called I Heard They Suck Live. And like
oh,
half of the album is them like shouting at the audience and the audience shouting back at them and just how contentious it got, but like on a fun level. So I just love the punk scene. And anytime I can get back to listening to it outside of shows, I'm always down.
well, you know, maybe sometime, you know how David Solomon always does the pop-up DJ thing. I just talked to him yesterday. He's also going to be a guest. But we should, like, you're going to be at Capitol Audio Fest, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, I will too. I'm going to be doing the vintage audio seminar again. But you and I, if you and Gary are okay with it, we should do a 20-minute Nick and Jeff's favorite punk tracks. I'm
I
there.
would love that. I would love that. And the good thing about punk is all the songs are like 2.5 minutes long. So even if it was 15 minutes, you know, we'd still
Right.
cram, 10 or 15 songs in there.
Well, dude, thank you so much for joining me. I mean, that's a great choice. I'm going to go listen to that when I hang up. And and I would have never guessed. I would have you're such a nice clean-cut married guy. I would have never, you know.
We all go through our phases, and I settled in eventually. But yeah, those were some tumultuous times, and music always helps get us through those times. So shout out to the Vandals, Live Fast Diarrhea. Everyone start streaming that tonight. You won't be disappointed.
Agreed. Hey, thanks, man, and have a great show. And for everybody that's at the show, stop by. Please stop by and see Nick and my pals over at SVS.
Thanks, Jeff. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, dude. Have a good show.